Hello everybody, welcome to today's topic. My name is Shadi Gio and I am making my first video on the failures of Netanyahu, who fails to see the big picture. And before we continue, click the hands icon to like the video and click the red button to subscribe and check out my other content. So, the reason to make this video is because as a viewer and looking from outside Israel, from an Israeli point of view, I don't see Netanyahu or IDF forces winning this conflict. Yeah, they did that previously, but now it's a different scenario. So, if you check out, I'm not going to repeat myself, I've made a lot of videos before, and you can see on my channel, made since the IDF forces got into conflict with Iran. You can see all the videos since then. So let's deep dive into today's topic, shall we? The ongoing conflict between Israel and its neighbors has reached a boiling, erupting point. With the recent escalation of violence, it's clear that something is not working. Today, we're going to explore how Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his strategies have fallen short, particularly in the face of guerrilla warfare with Hamas, Hezbollah's involvement, Yemen's Houthis, and the recent conflict to top the big picture with Iran. Now, I'm going to talk about a good example that how Pakistan was able to defeat a big power like the Indian military establishment. Under President General Musharraf of the Pakistan Army, he used two-pronged strategy against the Indian military. And Iran used five-pronged tactics against IDF forces. And that is the game changer. So if you have a urge to go to war, you should have enough firepower to fight your enemy. That is the point I'm saying. Section 1. Guerrilla warfare with Hamas. Now, who would expect, foot soldiers who have AK-47s and probably some tank bomb blast, bomb equipment, and they could put a fight against the Israeli mighty military, the IDF, with Merkava tanks and heavy armored vehicles. I didn't know that. But apparently, since the October 7th invasion, Israel's military response to Hamas has been met with severe criticism. The use of guerrilla warfare tactics by Hamas has proven more effective in counter-attacking Israel's conventional military might, which is superior but ineffective towards Hamas. See, the thing is that Hamas used underground tunnels. They were planning this for years. So beneath Gaza, there is a huge infrastructure of tunnel network. So it's not just like 100 meters tunnel. We're talking about kilometers and kilometers of interconnected tunnels underneath the city of Gaza. That's just Gaza. And I've heard it goes all the way inside Israel as well. So it's pretty highly sophisticated network construction methods utilized by Hamas and the Palestinian people. Section 2. Small arms fire and Hezbollah from the surrounding border lines. Hezbollah's involvement in the conflict has added another layer of complexity with small arms fire coming from all surrounding Muslim countries. Israel's military is facing unprecedented challenges and incoming targets. So, before it was like Israel would go and attack Iraq, Israel would go and attack Jordan, Israel blah blah blah. Now they're getting incoming fire from all the countries. Syria, Lebanon, a little bit of Egypt, and Hamas itself. And of course, Iran's Hezbollah. So you have a problem. I mean, if I was an IDF soldier and I'm getting so many incoming guerrilla foot soldiers firing at me from all around, like, I wouldn't be able to cope with that much incoming battles. It's just that difficult. I mean, you can fight one or two countries. Israel is that superior. But to fight with 5-6 countries and there's foot soldiers, and then you have Iran on top of it, forget about it. Section 3. Yemen's Houthis and sinking of Israeli-bound vessels. The Yemeni Houthis have also gotten into the conflict, sinking any Israeli-bound ship that is disrupting other shipping lanes through the Suez Canal. Now, what does that do? You have a huge, expensive cargo vessel with amazing products, and it's going to Israel for supplies and reinforcements to replenish the stocks. What happens? The Yemeni forces, they fire one hypersonic missile and it sinks that ship. All that money, all that effort, all that industrial production of making those products and supplying to your ally is lost. It's under the water. See the big picture, people? This development has caused significant implications for the Israeli economy and the national security of Israel. And now I'm going to get into section 4. Attack on Iran's nuclear facilities. The recent attack on Iran's nuclear facilities has had the opposite counter attack on Israel itself, where devastating ballistic incoming missiles, or should I say hypersonic ballistic missile with Mach 16 velocity, have annihilated half of Israel. And we're not even getting into full-fledged warfare right now. This is just like skirmishes. Reports indicate that Iran has destroyed half of Israel's military targets and civilian infrastructure, resulting in significant damage and loss of life, with Iran still retaining 99% of its military assets, including nuclear sites, underground, intact. So, in conclusion, it is clear that Netanyahu's strategies have failed. As the conflict continues, it is essential for Israel leaders to reassess their strategy and consider a new approach to address the complex challenges they are facing. The future of Israel's security and stability is at stake, and it depends on it. And the big picture that Prime Minister Netanyahu administration has failed to analyze, the IDF is getting bombarded daily with minimum firepower of Hezbollah and Hamas and guerrilla warfare of the enemy from all surrounding countries of Israel. Netanyahu has dug Israel's people's grave. Well, I thought make my point, FYI, on what's going on in the background of the Israeli administration, and I hope people have woken up to the reality, because it's very vividly clear. We all can see what's going on. Like, we're just seeing, like, this guy's going to just take Israel out. And I mean, I have nothing against Israeli people. They're really the nicest, I have the nicest Israeli friends, but this is just ridiculous. Well, click the hands icon to like the video, and click the red button to subscribe to the channel, and hope to see you next week. Ta-ta from Shadi.